Continuing where I left off, as Pentheus gone mad sees the oncoming Eumenides, and sees a double sun and double Thebes appeared, or as when, hounded on the stage, Orestes runs from a mother armed with burning brands, with serpents hellish black, and in the doorway squat the avenging ones. So broken in mind by suffering, Dido caught her fatal madness, and resolved to die. She pondered time and means, then visiting her mournful sister, covered up her plan with a calm look and a clear and hopeful brow. Sister, be glad for me. I've found a way to bring him back or free me of desire. Near to the ocean boundary, near sundown, the Athorpus farthest territory lies, where giant Atlas turns the spear of heaven, studded with burning stars. From there a priestess of Milesian stock has come. She had been pointed out to me, custodian of that shrine, named for daughters of the West, Hesperides, and it is she who fed the dragon, guarding well the holy boughs, with honey dripping slow and drowsy poppy, chanting her spells she undertakes to free what hearts she wills, but to inflict on others, duress of sad desires, to arrest the flow of rivers, make the stars move backward, call up the spirits of deep night. You'll see earth shift and rumble underfoot, and ash trees walk down mountainsides. Dearest, I swear, before the gods and by your own sweet self, it is against my will that I resort for weaponry to magic powers, in secret build up a pie in the inner court, under the open sky, and place upon it the arms that faithless man left in my chamber. All his clothing, and the marriage bed on which I came to grief, solace for me, to annihilate all vestige of the man, vile as he is. My priestess shows me this. While she was speaking, cheek and brow grew pale, but Anna could not think her sister cloaked a suicide in these unheard of rites. She failed to see how great her madness was, and feared no consequence more grave than at Sychus's death. So, as commanded, she made the preparations. For her part, the queen, seeing the pyre in her inmost court, erected huge with pitch pine and sown ilex, hung all the place under the sky with wreaths, and crowned it with beautiful cypress boughs. On the Paris top she put a sword he left, with clothing, an effigy on the couch, her mind fixed now ahead on what would come. Around the pyre stood altars, and the priestess, hair unbound, called in the voice of thunder upon 300 gods, on Erebus, on Chaos, and on triple Hecates, three-faced Diana. Then she sprinkled drops purportedly from the fountain of Arvinus. Rare herbs were brought out, wreathed at the new moon by scythes of bronze, and juicy with a milk of dusky venom. Then the rare love charm, or cowl torn from the brow of a birthing fowl, and snatched it away before the mother found it. Dido herself, with consecrated grain in her pure hands, as she went near the altars, freed one foot from sandal straps, let fall her dress ungirdled, and now sworn to death, called on the gods and stars that knew her fate. She sprayed them to whatever power may care, incomprehending justice for the grief of lovers bound unequally by love. The night had come, and weary in every land, men's bodies took the boon of peaceful sleep. The woods and the wild seas had quieted. At that hour, when the stars are in mid-course, and every field is still, cattle and birds with vivid wings that haunt the limpid lakes, or nest in thickets in the country places, all were asleep under the silent night. Not calmer though the agonized Venetian queen. She never slackened it into sleep, and never allowed the tranquil night to rest. Upon her eyelids or within her heart, her pain redoubled. Love came on again, devouring her, and on her bed she tossed in a great surge of anger. So awake, she pressed these questions, musing to herself. Look now, what can I do? Turn once again to the old suitors, only to be laughed at, begging a marriage with Numidians, whom I disdain so often. Then what? Trail the alien ships and follow like a slave commands of Trojans, seeing them so agreeable, in view of past assistance and relief, so thoughtful their unshaken gratitude. Suppose I wished it, who permits or takes aboard their proud ships one they so dislike? Poor lost soul, do you not yet grasp or feel the treachery of the line of the Laomedon? What then? Am I to go alone, companion of the exultant sailors in their flight? Or shall I set out in their wake with Tyrians, with all my crew close at my side, and send the men I barely tore away from Tyre to sea again, making them hoist their sails? The more sea winds? No, die as you deserve, give pain quietus with a steel blade. Sister, you are the one who gave way to my tears. In the beginning, burden a mad queen with sufferings, and thrust me on my enemy. It was not given me to lead my life without new passion, innocently, the way wild creatures live, and not to touch these deaths. The vow I took to the ashes of Sychaeus was not kept, so she broke out afresh in bitter mourning. On his high stern deck, Aeneas, now quite certain of departure, everything ready, took the boon of sleep. In dream the figure of the god returned, with looks reproachful as before. He seemed again to warn him, being like Mercury, in every way, in voice, in golden hair, and in the bloom of youth. Son of the goddesses, sleep away this crisis, can you still? Do you not see the dangers growing round you, madman, from now on? Can you not hear the offshore west wind blow? The woman hatches plots and drastic actions in her heart, resolve on death now, whipping herself on to heights of anger. Will you not be gone in flight, while flight is still within your power? Soon you will see the offing boil with ships, and glare with torches. Soon again the waterfront will be alive with fires, if dawn comes while you linger in this country. Ha! Come, break the spell. Woman's a thing forever fitful and forever changing. At this he merged into the darkness. Then, as the abrupt phantom filled him with fear, Aeneas broke from sleep and roused his crewmen. Up! Turn out now, oarsmen, take your thwarts, shake out sail, look here, for the second time. A god from heaven's high air is goading me to hasten our breakaway, to cut the cables. Holy One, whatever god you are, we go with you. We act on your command most happily. Be near, graciously help us, make the stars in heaven propitious ones. He pulled his sword a flash out of his sheath, and struck at the stern hawser. All the men were gripped by his excitement to be gone, and hauled and hustled it. Ships cast off their moorings, and an array of hulls hid in shore water, and oarsmen churned up foam and swept to sea. Soon early dawn, quitting the saffron bed of old Titanus, cast new light on earth, and as air grew transparent from her tower, the queen caught sight of ships on the seaward reach, with sails full and the wind astern. She knew the waterfront now empty, bare of oarsmen, beating her lovely breast 3 times, 4 times, and tearing her golden hair. "O Jupiter," she said, "will this man go? Will he have mocked my kingdom, stranger that he was is? Will they not snatch up arms, and follow him from every quarter of the town, and dock hands tear our ships from moorings? On! Be quick with torches! Give out arms! Unship the oars! What am I saying? Where am I? What madness takes me out of myself? Dido, poor soul, your evil doing has come home to you. Then was the right time when you offered him a royal scepter. See the good faith and honor." And I'm going to leave it off there. If you like this one, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, or just view it, or leave comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.